Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. The kidnapping of a Pioneertown woman was thwarted by the victim's father last week, and the suspect was later located and arrested. On Wednesday morning, County Sheriff's deputies report that a male suspect broke into a house and physically removed a woman from her home in the 5500 block of Tom Mix Road in Pioneertown, carrying her down the stairs and towards the front door against her will. Deputies say that the victim's father witnessed the incident and intervened, preventing her from being taken by the suspect. The suspect was identified as Michael Almarez, a 44-year-old resident of Fontana, and the victim has a restraining order against him. Almarez was reported to have fled the scene in a white GMC Yukon. The father reported the incident to deputies at the sheriff's Morongo Basin station, and they were able to locate the Yukon with Almarez inside later in the afternoon near the intersection of Desert Air Road and Valley View Circle in Joshua Tree. Michael Almarez was arrested for investigation into burglary, kidnapping, violation of a court order, and possession of a controlled substance, and was booked into the Morongo Basin Jail with bail set at $1 million. A woman alleged to have been asleep behind the wheel was awoken by sheriff's deputies, at which point she drove her car into a utility pole. At around 3:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a vehicle blocking traffic on 29 Palms Highway near Pinion Drive in Yucca Valley. Deputies say they attempted to contact the driver, identified as Vanessa Osuna, a 30-year-old resident of Desert Hot Springs, who they say was asleep behind the wheel of the sedan. After knocking on the window, deputies say that Osuna woke up and immediately hit the gas pedal, speeding into the intersection and crashing into a utility pole. Osuna was stuck in the wreckage, but deputies were able to remove her from the vehicle. Vanessa Osuna was arrested for suspicion of DUI and booked at the Morongo Basin Jail and was later site-released. A wild bobcat got stuck in a lamb pen, but was ultimately released with no injury to human or animal. On Friday at 12:30 p.m., sheriff's deputies responded to a call in the 58,000 block of Juarez Drive in Yucca Valley regarding a bobcat that entered and got stuck in an animal enclosure overnight. The enclosure was described as a lamb pen. The Department of Fish and Wildlife was unable to respond to the incident because there was no immediate animal threat. The sheriff's deputies were able to safely let the bobcat out of the enclosure, and none of the lambs or sheriff's deputies were hurt during the call. The Yucca Valley Planning Commission will meet tonight to review and approve design details for local businesses and approve and review the 10% cap on short-term vacation rentals. Reporter Hillary Sloan is here with details of the agenda.
On the agenda for the Yucca Valley Planning Commission meeting is to approve an exterior color change for EMS tires and the A-bar. Additionally, the Commission will receive an update on the amendment to the Brown Act, receive and file the Land Development Update Report, and review the current 10% cap on short-term vacation rentals. Community input is welcome. The meeting will be held at the Yucca Valley Community Center, Yucca Room, at 6 p.m. or online. For a link to the meeting, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Tonight's regularly scheduled meeting of the 29 Palms City Council has been canceled in order for the city to conduct the first of their 2 strategic planning workshops. The council will next meet in regular session on February 15th. Members of the public are welcome to attend today's strategic planning session, which runs from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 29 Palms City Hall, located at 6136 Adobe Road. The Morongo Unified School District Board of Trustees will be holding their regular meeting tonight in Joshua Tree Elementary at 6 p.m. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart has the agenda for tonight's meeting for us today.
For tonight's MUSD meeting agenda, action items include a request to authorize the district to piggyback on other public agency contracts to save time and provide lower pricing than a single agency, a request to approve Resolution 2309, which increases federal micro-purchase threshold to $50,000, a request to approve and adopt proposed budget calendar for 2023, and a request to approve tentative agreement between MUSD and California School Employees Associations and its Chapter 29. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
The 29 Palms Water District will host its monthly Board of Directors meeting tomorrow to address water-related matters. Reporter Heather Clisby has a look at their agenda.
The Board of Directors of the 29 Palms Water District will gather tomorrow evening, January 25th, and begin with a review of district finances over the last 2 years. The board will consider adopting an annual statement of investment policy in addition to a discussion of investment strategies going forward. A stipend for the Board of Directors will also be up for review. The monthly meeting will also include reports from management and updates on maintenance, water quality, and finance. The board meeting will take place at district offices 72401 Hatch Road at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, January 25th. Residents can also view the meeting online from the district's website at 29palmswater.net. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Heather Clisby.
Do these winter days have you stuck inside? It may be cold right now in the high desert, but it will be heating up tonight in 29 Palms. Online news editor Robert Hayden ollies in with this story.
Lace up those skates and grab your best boards because the Rolling Dust Devils are skating into 29 Palms tonight at the Lucky Park Skate Park. The monthly skating meetup that's open to everyone is usually at the Derby Slab in Yucca Valley, but this month they're taking it to the skate park to carve some bowls, learn to pump, and skate faster. Pads and helmets are encouraged. The meetup starts tonight at 5 p.m. and goes until 9. Everyone is welcome and all skill levels are open to skate, either on roller skates, a skateboard, or maybe something of your own design. The Lucky Park Skate Park is located right behind the community center in 29 Palms. You can see this story for the location and a link to the Dust Devils Instagram. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Robert Can't Kickflip Hayden.
Help send a Boy Scout to summer camp by eating a delicious breakfast. The High Desert's Boy Scout Troop 77 will be hosting a pancake breakfast fundraiser on Sunday at the Joshua Tree VFW. One $10 ticket gets you pancakes, sausage, fruit, coffee, and juice, and the money raised will help to offset the costs of sending the Scouts to camp this summer. The breakfast runs from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the VFW, located at 6402 Veterans Way in Joshua Tree. And finally, if you have kids that are interested in dance, you may know about the plentiful children's ballet classes that are offered here in the Morongo Basin, but there are ballet classes available for adults as well. Online news editor Robert Hayden rejoins us with these details.
After a long absence due to the pandemic, adult ballet classes have returned to the Morongo Basin. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 6:30 p.m., you can join other dancers of all skill levels at the Yucca Valley Visual and Performing Arts Center for an hour and a half of ballet dancing, instruction, and good company. The class is open to everyone, including absolute beginners. You're encouraged to bring ballet slippers if you own them, but socks will do too. Just don't forget to wear clothing that's easy to move in. The class is being taught by Eli Rebello of the 11th Hour Dance Project, and the cost is $15 per class with no pre-registration required. You can see this story on Z107.7fm.com for photos of the class along with more details. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Robert Hayden.
That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.